Game on. Welcome to another episode of Two Ales and Hockey Tales with Wally. And today I'm so excited to have on just a 19 and 21-year-olds from Ann Arbor, Michigan and Kelowna, Illinois, USA. And at such young ages, they are already proven leaders, being named the president and vice president of the world famous Lawson Lunatics. The Lunatics have been helping the Broncos win games from way back when my fat ass played. But just last season, in the crowd, the Lunatics and the Broncos on the ice marched right to their first ever national championship, and they're set to make another run at it. And they're currently ranked number 3 in the country, but the Lunatics will always be ranked number 1. Welcome on, Aidan Moran and McKenna Hewer. Did I get that
Yeah,
right? Boom. Nice to meet you guys.
nice
Nice
to
to meet
meet
you.
you.
So, Aiden, I like your shirt. National champions,
Yeah.
eh?
National champions, yeah. Had to
Um,
get merch when it came out.
you know what? I don't know why I don't have one of those shirts. It was really I haven't been back to see an actual game since I played. I made it back to the hockey golf tournament one summer, and it was the start of the season that they won it all. Last year, I went to the golf tournament and reconnected with like the whole Bronco hockey family. And then I
Yeah,
watched them go win the national championship, and it just made my heart want to pop, you know?
Yeah,
yeah.
So you guys were there? You guys were in St. Louis when they did it?
of course. Gotta go everywhere.
Best 5 hour drive.
Mm. So yeah, I'm 5.5 hours to Kalamazoo, and then yeah, it was far if I was gonna go.
Yeah,
Yeah, we also went to St. Paul, which was 8 hours from here, which
that was
that was long, but it was very fun.
it was worth it.
I'm sure. So, well, it costs money to travel and follow hockey teams. Do you guys make most of the road trips or just the big ones that like those?
Most of the big ones, like last year we went to Ferris last year, because that's a quick, easy one at the start of the year, same day trip. Um, we went, I know a good number of us went to Michigan last year, at least, same
Yeah.
sort of scenario as Ferris, quick day trip.
And
Um,
it's a historic
yeah,
arena and school.
yeah, definitely.
Beating them's the best.
It
That is
is
the best
great.
part.
Um, then Then we went to St. Paul, as I mentioned. We didn't go to the regional round because that was another week turnaround after we found out, and that was in North Dakota, which
That was 12
12
hours.
12 hour drive. So we didn't end up making it there, but
There were a few that have officially joined now that did make that trip. I know a guy, he had like a student teaching lesson and then he got on a flight and then made it to the second period in Fargo.
Well, that's dedication. And
yeah,
what was neat for me was I've known about the Lunatics forever. And when I went there for my recruiting trip and saw them play University of Michigan, and then I saw the Lawson Lunatics, I'm like, well, I don't need to look at any other school. This is where I have to go. And
yeah,
you guys like got famous last season. Spit and Chicklets was all on our side, and they did like a thing on you guys, right?
Yeah.
yeah, they did. They kind of dissed us though,
Oh
calling
Yeah.
no.
us
Yeah,
ants,
they call
but
us ants.
Ants?
yeah,
Yeah.
You ain't
ants.
no ants.
The hockey team, they backed us up and they said these aren't ants, and then now it's like part of the intro before the second period. The whole thing is just featured the Lawson Lunatics. We're featured of our clip of winning in OT on ESPN against Denver.
Yeah.
I was watching the games against Denver. I had my own personal rivalry too. I played for the Cardiff Devils in the UK at the end of my career, and we had the best owners in hockey. And one of the main owner, Steve King, his son was the captain last season. And I was watching the game, and I'm watching his son play, who came and skated with us one time in Cardiff. And then they showed the crowd, and there's Steve, my old owner, and we started texting back and forth when we were losing 3-0, and he said it was like taking candy from a baby or something. And then we turn it around and win in overtime, and he didn't say nothing to me.
Honestly, it was tricky to believe that we even came back in that game. we honestly seemed so out of it the entire game,
Yeah.
but then we got a couple lucky bounces, and then we were right back in it.
That's
It was,
hockey.
yeah, it
Yeah, I remember
was.
the goalie let in a tough one from like outside the blue line at wrister, right?
Yeah, Tim Washi went off the glove and went in, and it was.
Mhm.
And he
I
just,
could,
I just saw he just scored his first NHL goal. Because what I think's so cool about them winning now was the big years I had playing for the Broncos, we weren't getting that much attention from NHL teams. Now that they win, like I
yeah,
looked at the roster and like half the teams drafted to the NHL now.
Yeah,
definitely.
it's super cool. Like especially with like the transfer portal, getting those big names that
And
are higher.
they all want to be Broncos now.
Yeah.
Hmm.
They want to get developed by the best coach in the NCAA.
Well, I,
Hmm.
I like the way he hockeys. I had never met him, and I went to that golf tournament and we got chatting, the two of us, and I'm like, yeah, like nobody from my generation comes back. This is my first time back. And he was like, we need everybody back. We need all the brothers back. We need all your generation back. And it's up to us to bring them back. Cause I had such a great weekend seeing like Dion, the equipment manager, Brian Bauer, the physiotherapist guy. But then all the people surrounding the team were all the same people. And then you get all the different years of Broncos and the guys I've met through the podcast or guys I played with. And we're all like brothers. And First wants everybody involved. When I had him on the podcast at the start of this last season before he won it all, and afterwards he told me, he's like, if you bring your son down for a game, he can be right in the room for pregame speech. He can be right in the room doing it all, and that's the type of hockey guy I want. You know,
We'd love to have your son in the student section.
man,
You guys
he'd learn a thing or two, eh?
Definitely.
we try to keep it as clean as possible.
Do you though? Because when I played, if the other team got more than one guy in the penalty box, the whole Lunatics section would start chanting circle jerk. Does that still happen?
Oh yeah.
Definitely.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the other teams are still circle jerk.
Most definitely.
So if you guys are the president and vice president, what do you guys got to do? Like, do you guys come up with new chants or how do you get the chants out that everybody knows what to do?
It's a bit of that, but it's a lot of behind the scenes stuff. So all the game day themes, we always do a shirt giveaway every year. Um, so those type of things, making posters, like
So who's fronting the money then to give out the shirts?
we work with WSA, which is like just an organization that gives RSOs, which is registered student organizations, money. And
Okay.
then we work with the Spirit Shop, which is a store in Kalamazoo that like print things and like print T-shirts, towels,
They
hats.
make all the Bronco stuff. They were
Yeah,
there way back when I was there.
yeah, we work with them. And then we work with a couple of like local Kalamazoo businesses that help give us money to fund T-shirts or
So you guys
other.
are pretty grown up university kids, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely more of a businessy side of things instead of just the
Just going to
crazy.
the game and whooping it up.
And then like from my perspective, like vice president, obviously I work with Aiden very closely. Um, but we also do all of like the in-game posts that you see on our story, coming up like making the theme graphics, making the game day graphics, doing all the stuff on social media. That all comes down from, I guess, basically me, and I that came down from me a lot last year too.
Well, that's really neat. You guys are a part of that, and it seems like it's getting you ready for the real world if you're taking on all that and you're going to school. So, what are you guys taking in school?
I'm engineering management technology.
Okay.
Then I'm exercise science on the clinical pre-professional track for PT school, and I just got accepted about a month ago.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's exciting. Seems like forever ago I was doing that stuff. I was a business management major.
Yeah.
So I've done a podcast and made like 500 episodes and made no money. But it's really fun meeting good hockey people around the world. And well, Broncos are all beauties. So what I want to get into that is after they win, Kalamazoo must have been flipped upside down. I saw the video of this huge party or a huge fire at an outdoor party And
Yeah.
they're like, Kalamazoo knows how to celebrate. And I was like, oh my God, I wish this happened when I played there. And I can't even imagine what that city was like.
Yeah. So the really interesting thing was it was I don't know if this was a thing while you were here. It was our house crawl. So a huge like party basically all day on the same day as the national championship. So
Right
Oh my
next
everybody
to.
God, really?
was
Yeah.
already outside partying, all day.
I don't know if that was a day when I was there, but like I know St. Patty's, everybody knew how to
Oh,
get.
It's exactly like St. Patty's, but
it's like
just
the
another day.
Yeah.
week
So you
before.
added another fun day in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that falls on the national championship game.
It's a national championship game.
Ah, man. So I get into the poster picks, which is a really nice guy that was a fan when I was back in Cardiff and made some of the posters and stuff. And now he's made like 500 posters for me nearly. Lee Freeman. So I get into some of your poster picks. Were you guys at the party with the big fire that I saw on social media after they won? Because you're standing there with one of the players and he's in his jersey.
So that picture, that's with one of the Finnish players, Eero Hakkarainen,
Okay.
um, scored the empty netter in the national championship game.
No big
Um,
deal.
no big deal, just scored in the national championship
Yeah.
as a freshman. Um, but they like that was from like when they came back. It was like that Sunday, I think, like the day after they won.
Yeah.
They had like a little get together with a bonfire and everything, and then a bunch of people showed up. We had gotten invited because we've gotten closer with the players.
That's
Um,
good.
but a few guys they brought like this couch and then they lit it on fire.
Right. And I've been to parties at Western Michigan and I mean, yeah, couches can burn, but it
Yeah.
wasn't getting the national recognition you guys were getting because I was seeing that here in Canada. But yeah, when it was right before I went to Western Michigan. Did you ever hear of the riots?
Oh, I think I've heard about them.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that was right before I got to school. So, man, they tried to stop people from having fun that first couple weeks, but man, they had a hard time. So, is the first week of school still really, really fun?
Honestly, yeah. Not
Yeah.
much to do.
Yeah. It's
I,
it's
I, re-
definitely
I,
toned
re-
down the sounds of things, but it's
oh,
definitely still something.
Oh yeah.
okay. Because, yeah, like for me, it would be like, you have so much fun at Western Michigan, you go home for the summer. And then when you get back and you see all your teammates and everybody's just showing up and seeing each other again, it's pretty good first weeks.
Yeah.
Definitely. Especially with not having all them serious classes really started up yet. It's
Mhm.
definitely adds to it a bit.
Yeah. So how did you guys get into the Lawson Lunatics and then actually become president and vice president?
So obviously I'm a sophomore. Last year I kind of got closer with with last year's president, we became really close friends over just last season.
Yeah.
Uh, I grew up playing hockey basically all my life, so I kind of I understand hockey to a different level than somebody who's just come to Western as just a student and wants to get more involved in, say,
Hockey. Yeah.
yeah. Um, so I kind of took the step the first semester this last year, from just a normal member in the club to being vice president. And then our president graduated in December. So
Yeah.
then we held an election and I got voted in as president, which is very exciting. So I'm quite new, but
Well,
I
that is exciting, man. You're the president of the Lawson Lunatics and like you guys are famous.
definitely. But I definitely learned a lot from our former president. He's taught me a lot. And the good thing is, since he graduated in December, he's still around. So I will be able to pick his brain at many different things if he decides to show up still.
Yeah. Well, I was looking at the poster pics and like the one of the group picture of you guys, like before the student section's completely full. It looked like the Lawson Lunatics, like the group that makes it all happen. And that must be like I always talk about my hockey family, and that's how I can do this, is all the people I played with around the world. But like that picture looked like that's your hockey family.
Definitely.
He doesn't know the picture, but it's the one we took at Jackson's last game.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
It's definitely our quote unquote hockey family.
Yeah.
I mean, we do so many things together. Like today is Tuesday. A good chunk of us go to University Roadhouse, have a like daily special called Tendy Tuesday where they do $3 baskets. And a big group of us all go to that and just spend time together because it's something cheap and easy and fun to do.
Yeah, and I get it. I remember the cheap nights when I was in Kalamazoo. I wonder if the bowling alley's still a hit. It was the off season for us as hockey players. So come the spring semester, Wednesdays and Thursdays had great deals at the bowling alley there by the hotel. I think it was $5 all you can bowl and 50-cent beers, or $1 games, $1 beers. You could have a great time for like $10.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, McKenna, what is your favorite hockey memory so far being part of the Lunatics? I guess probably winning it all. I guess it's easy one.
Um, well, besides that, I think it's like getting closer as like a group going on like the long road trips because it'd just be like 12 of us. We'd make the long trek there. We'd all go to lunch, go to dinner, we'd go to the games, and like we all stayed in the same hotel rooms. We'd be up until like 3 a.m. just talking in a hotel room.
Mhm.
And then we'd
That's
go to
where you
bed.
really get to know people.
Yeah, that was definitely like how like there's one picture of four of us in front of Snoopy. That's like the core group. We all went in my car every time. And everybody knew not to separate us. And so like we all grew really close. And now like I'd say there's some of my best friends and like I
And I
wouldn't know.
don't think I heard your answers. How did you get into this?
So I came in. I have an odd story at coming to Western.
Okay.
I'm actually a transfer student, so I transferred my like the start of my junior year.
Are you the one that was from Illinois then?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So I started at a school in Wisconsin, transferred back home. I'd done band like all through high school. My band director graduated from here. He's actually started like the core hockey pep band for the games. And he's like, you need to go here, yada, yada, yada. I refused to listen to him. Then I went back home and I was like, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. And I was like, okay, I'm going to join the Lunatics as soon as I get there. I had a test the very first day, like the day of the first meeting, so I couldn't go. So I went to the second one, and then I've like kind of stuck it out. But I've been like around hockey my entire life. I have a pro team like 15 minutes from my house.
What team
Being,
was that?
um, it's actually changed quite a few times. So we had the Quad City Mallards,
Yeah.
and then the Quad City Flames, the AHL team. Then we went back to the Mallards, and now we have the Quad City Storm of the SPHL.
Mm. So there's always
So
been something there. Yeah.
yeah, I think there's been 1 year since I moved like to my hometown that I haven't had hockey there. My brother played hockey, so like I don't know a life without hockey.
Well, I
Basically.
find it weird towns that are hockey towns, and then there's towns that just aren't, they don't have hockey, and that there was a pro team in that town is it's a nice thing to have. I mean, even in like you go to Denmark or the UK, there's some towns that are like straight
And
hockey towns, and then you go to this nice other city on a day trip, and there's not an arena in the town. There's no hockey team, and it's like, huh, you guys are missing out.
Mhm.
yeah, it's definitely crazy. So my parents are from England.
Okay.
They're cool. So growing up, they didn't know what they were doing. But they're from. Do you know where Exeter is? It's kind of
Um,
near.
Yeah, I've heard of it. And what I always find funny is once you actually travel over to the UK and you see what all the towns' names are, and then you come back to Ontario where you've been living your whole life, and you're like, oh, so we have all the exact same town names as them. Just like Exeter, just like Windsor, just like London. There's a Kincardine, Scotland. I'm in Kincardine, Ontario. It's bizarre that everybody got on these boats and came over here and nobody came up with any new names.
Yeah, no, it's definitely
Yeah.
crazy. Like there's a town in Michigan called Plymouth,
Yep.
and there's like 4 different Plymouths in the US, but there's only one Plymouth in England.
Right.
But
Where do you think they got it from?
yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, I thought people could have been a little bit more creative when they got over here, you know. It starts all making sense to me though, because like here we have all these Scottish festivals and all
Mhm.
these things throughout the summer. And then doing this podcast made the world way smaller. And because I was playing the UK, I had like Scottish people writing to me, like, have you ever seen Kincard in Scotland? And they started sending me photos. And I was like, huh, now it all makes sense. But okay, who's your favorite player this season?
Ooh.
This season.
This season, I don't know.
Tough question, eh? They must all be good.
It's
I don't know.
tricky because it's difficult because we've had quite a few injuries this year.
Hmm.
Wasn't that
I mean,
didn't that Finnish guy you're talking about? Didn't he's only
yeah,
played like 7 games?
Jona's missed a couple games for sure.
Yeah.
Euro's one of my favorites.
Mm.
Who?
Eero Hakkarainen.
Okay.
He he's one of the most nice people I've met, like
Mhm.
at Western, just in general. So he's always up there. I really enjoyed watching Zachariah Wisdom. Um,
I don't know him.
he's added a huge game. Like his game has just added so much to Western, just in general. We were kind of missing someone that had like depth scoring. And every time he goes on the ice, he's one of the quickest players out there. He's got like I'd say an above average shot. So whenever he's out there, there's just always a chance he could score.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what about you? Who's your favorite?
Um, Eero, like
Isn't
Eero.
it weird though, like when you guys are saying he's such a nice guy and like you got to know him and chatted with him, and I'm guessing the picture for your poster pics where you're holding the Finnish flag at a game, I'm guessing that's with him and you're showing you support him. But isn't it weird how it's not always about being the best player on the team. It's
Mhm.
about getting to know the fans
Yeah.
that are watching you that make you their favorite player.
Um, but I would say besides Eero, um, Zach Bookman, he's definitely grown on me this season. I didn't think much of him like coming in because he was a Merrimack transfer. Didn't really think like he went from I think the third line to the first line, and I really like the D pairing with Sam Sholin and him. They work really well together, and they've definitely like after because I went to the quick trip face off where we beat Wisconsin, and that was like the game changer for me. He did a lot at that blue line that stopped Wisconsin from getting a lot of breakaways.
Okay. Yeah, like I don't know all the players. I find this transfer thing really weird because when I went, you were
Right.
coming for 4 years and you were staying whether the coach liked you or not, and whether you were having fun or not. Like some of my teammates, you know, the relationship was what it was with the coach, and they going into their senior years, they kind of knew they're not playing. And you could work out as much as you want all summer long, but this is where we have you in the depth where now you can transfer and get a fresh start. But I don't know because I'm, the Bronco brothers where it's such a tight group and we knew we were there for 4 years together. Now it's like a whole different crew every year, eh?
Most
Yeah.
definitely. It's definitely something that needs to be tweaked a bit, I feel like. Because I have a buddy who plays in the Null, and he's having a lot of trouble like finding somewhere to go. Like I would say he's definitely a Division 1 talent, but with transfers, you're gonna pick a guy who's
Already shown he's done it.
already shown he's done it in and the NCAA over a freshman who could be very good, but
Right.
there's no guarantee.
Well, and then you add in that they're allowed to take OHL players, WHL players,
Most
and the
often,
kids from
yeah,
Canada that now are showing that's where they want to go, which makes total sense. Once I saw an NCAA game, I had no interest in going to the OHL. I knew what I wanted to do. Now
Mhm.
they can go to the NCAA, do what I got to do, play in front of the Lunatics, and they can make money. It's
yeah,
crazy. That would be living, Like I had a great time playing for the Broncos, making nothing.
definitely.
Oh yeah. Um, okay. Well, So you guys had fun. You went to St. Louis. What I thought was cool when they won it all in St. Louis was that a lot of my old teammates were there. And like
Mhm.
First and I talked about at the start of that season, we got to bring all the boys back around. We got to get them back. And winning brings people together. And when the Broncos were going on that one run, I say we, but I wasn't a Bronco. I am a Bronco. But when we're watching this, all my group chats fired up like never before in 18 years. I had group chats with my freshmen when I was a senior, my class, the guys above me, and everybody was talking, are we going to St. Louis? And some people were saying, yes, let's meet here, let's meet there. And then they started sending me videos of what was going on, and they're doing like all the fans are doing the Bronco fight song in the bar, and it was like the Broncos took over St. Louis, and it brought back all my like it got the brotherhood back talking because if nothing's really going on, the group chats slow down, and then that team, man, fired it all back up, and then some of my roommates that said they weren't going back were at the golf tournament this year, you know?
Mhm.
That's yeah.
That's really
It's
cool.
winning definitely brings people together. I mean,
Sure does.
we were at this like in St. Louis, but you looked around and you were like, everyone's a Bronco.
Mhm.
Like I would say, like
You
the
saw,
arena was maybe 2/3 full of just Western Michigan
yeah.
fans. I would say Denver had a section, you know, Penn State had a section maybe, and then it BU had a decent amount of fans, and then it was all Broncos.
Oh, and it was such a big deal for us, and like everybody loves an underdog story. Like we were going into last season, nobody saw that coming. But now, like I've seen in pro hockey when I've won places, is once you set the bar and you're a winning team and you've done it, it continues on for years. And guys know what it takes, and then they bring it down to the next crew that comes in and shows them what it takes, and then it just keeps going.
Definitely. I think last year, even if we didn't win it, just being at the Frozen Four would have
It's
catapulted us into a new level
Yeah.
no matter what happens. If we got blown out by Denver, if we beat Denver and then got blown out by BU, that still would have been a tremendous amount of experience for everyone involved that this
but
year
but
would
winning
have
is the opposite of losing still, you know? People would have
been.
been
Of
everybody
course.
would have been proud, but
Yes.
Yeah.
still would have stung.
I think even like as Aiden's saying, I think it really would have helped like the freshman group and like the juniors.
Yeah.
Well, the sophomores and the freshmen. It would have allowed them to like lead the team this year
Oh
into
yeah.
that excellence.
I 100% agree. And you need the right people teaching you how to hockey to do it right. But the the guys I saw that I think they were both on this team last year is the goalie and the top scorer. They're brothers.
Yeah.
Yeah, Grant and Hampton Slukinski.
So they're brothers, and one's right now the top scorer of the Broncos, and the other one's the goalie that plays all the games and stops all the pucks and is drafted to the NHL. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess genes are a thing. I'm guessing the old man or the mom or some kind of athlete.
So because of having like a hockey team, like where I'm from, one of the players is really close with my mom, and turns out um, their mom knows that player really well because they're from the same hometown,
Yeah.
and so I've grown to know that family pretty well, at least their parents, and they have a like nice old like a big ODR in War Road. It's huge. They host like little camps. Like when the boys are still here, their dad hosts camps and like skills like trainings.
Training all the kids.
Yeah.
Hmm.
To grow up to be just like them.
Right. I was guessing it was a hockey family because those two seem like they're doing very well. Um, okay, here's a bone I gotta pick because I still don't get it. When I was a Bronco, one time they made us go on the ice with the figure skating team and do like this show. Like we had to like do the Ferris wheel with them and like we did like a figure skating show. Um, I think girls hockey is probably the fastest growing sport in the world. I see it here in Canada. It's crazy how many girls are playing hockey now. From when I was a kid till now. Do the Broncos still not have a girls hockey team?
No, we
No,
don't even have a club team. It's not in the talks at all.
Like, do I need to come down there to Kalamazoo and start flipping tables and kicking garbage cans and being like, if you want to be a national championship team in men's hockey, you need a girls hockey team too, and do the same thing there?
I know. So I am like an avid supporter of all girls sports. We have actually two girls hockey teams where I'm from now. In the last like 5 years, that's been a new thing. Michigan is in the process of getting their club hockey team to Division One with Ohio State and Minnesota and all like
Oh, it's
Wisconsin.
coming. It's coming. And the Broncos shouldn't be last. So figure it
No,
out and get a team going, you know?
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
I'm coaching under 11 girls this season, my daughter's team. And like we
Mhm.
got players and they watch this PWHL, which has
Well,
given them something to look up to, something to aspire to, but they don't get what the NCAA is and what they could get there. And that would
mhm.
be the stepping stone to the PWHL. And why aren't my Broncos doing this? You know?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that's all I got to say about that. Okay. But if they were going to play and there was a girls' team and a men's team, I'm guessing they would both play in this big fancy new arena, which I get it. Hockey players want all the nice things and all the bells and whistles. That's not the type of guy I am. I don't need the big fancy truck or the nice car. I just need the basics, which I think is what the Broncos are. And it's going to be very strange that they're going into this big fancy arena that's like $500 million when the Lawson Lunatics have been at Lawson Ice Arena for all this time. And it ain't that fancy, but boy, do we muck it up in there, right?
Most
Oh yeah.
definitely. I think the good thing is the AD at Western has already told us basically everything will stay the same with the Lawson Lunatics. We will still have our nice big old section
Mhm.
from goal line to goal line. So
Okay.
we will be the same. We will just not be in the same arena.
I
It'll certainly
understand, but it's also not on campus, and you can't just pregame in the
definitely
dorms and walk over.
So there's a busing system that's going to take the students from point A to point B, and we can get in at whatever time. There's a nice little bar area for people who are obviously 21. Um,
Right. Right. Yeah.
the thing in the U.S.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's old, man. I got in trouble when I went to Western Michigan because of that. I'd be able to drink all summer long in Canada, and then I go back to, and they made me stay at the dorms. So then I'm having a beer, and whoever the boss of the hallway is opens up the door, and I'm holding a beer, and then I like got in trouble and like tell my coach and all this stuff. And it was like I was allowed to do this a week ago at home.
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
but then
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
an hour before, just how it is now, the gates will open. We'll be able to scan our tickets. It's going to be the same chaos to get to your seats as it is now, where you got to run to those seats.
Do the
Um,
president and the vice president have to run to their seats? You don't have
oh,
your own spots?
Definitely.
we are there. I think
Good 3 hours before the game.
banner night. I think
I
we
like
were
you
there.
guys' attitude. Yeah, sorry. All I was going to say is I like that you guys are the president and the vice president, but you're not asking for any special favors. You're going in there and mucking it up with the rest of them, and you're being there 3 hours early and you're running to your spots.
Banner night. I think we were there. Doors opened at 6, and I think we were there at 12:30.
Yeah.
So we were there a
Is it not
long.
cold out right now?
Right now it is, but
Right now.
October it was not.
Yeah, October it was nice, good 70 degrees outside. It was great.
Yeah, no
Everybody
coats.
tailgating or what?
Basically,
They had like
that's what it is.
the school sponsored a tailgate for it too. That's the funny thing.
It is funny. Like I remember showing up to games and when we'd have the big ones, or if we were winning, you'd show up There are people wrapped all the way around the building waiting to get in. And then I remember getting warmed up before you go down to the room and actually get dressed. And I'd be doing my warm up and whatever. And then you'd see them open the door. And it's just like everybody's in.
Yeah.
Still just like that.
Well, I'm interested to see the new arena, but not as much as I need to get my kids. I need to go back to Lawson before it's over and see a game. And what my main thing I would want is my son to see a game because he can play, and I'd want him to see what he's wanting to do.
Yeah.
Because if he saw that, there's no way he wants to do anything else, just like I was.
Yeah.
The little fuck is walking around with like a Michigan State hat and a Michigan sweater on, and I'm like, what are you doing? You're in my house.
Yeah.
Take that
No.
shit off,
No.
right?
Can't be.
That's contradicting himself.
Yeah.
You can't choose Michigan and Michigan State.
Exactly. I don't, he has no idea, right? He's a Canadian kid that doesn't get it. And I see all his buddies too. Like if a store around here sells college clothes, it's Michigan State or Michigan. And I'm like, do you even know who the national champions are?
Yeah.
It makes no sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Anywho, so do you have anything else to say about the new arena? Are you excited about it?
Very excited. I think it'll be something very new that I don't think college hockey has seen in a good minute, which is very cool for
Well, it is.
Western to have it.
I do know as being a former hockey guy is there's a lot of hockey players in the world that like the locker room matters to them, like how nice the locker room is. And like I get that, it's cool to have, but if I also know going to a team that doesn't have that, well then this is what we have and we'll deal with it, which is I guess is what the Broncos setup now ain't bad. I've seen what the renovations they did from when
Oh,
I
yeah.
played, and it's a nice setup already.
It's a nice, yeah, it's definitely a nice room, but I think
I-
I think they'll enjoy the upgrade for sure.
I think the only thing that could be comparable to what the new arena is going to be like for the locker rooms and everything is the Ralph at UND. As much as I don't like to say that, they do have like really good locker rooms, a really nice arena and everything, but I think ours is going to be 5,000 times better. Ours is more expensive. Not saying money's a thing, but the more money you have, the better it can be, and they don't have
That's usually how it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't have that much money to put into that new locker room and everything. Theirs was not even six figures, like
Right.
of millions.
Right. And isn't it like 500 million they're putting into this place?
Yeah.
That's
And
gonna that's gonna stick out in Kalamazoo.
Oh
Yeah. Definitely.
right downtown too.
Yeah, the other cool thing is it's not just hockey, which I feel like
Yeah.
a lot of people are only focusing on it being hockey this, hockey that.
Yeah.
But our
Concerts.
men's and women's basketball teams are going in there.
And they'll be able like the K Wings current arena. That's basically just going to be for youth hockey. So those concerts that they have there aren't going to happen there anymore. They're going to be held downtown at the event center. So there's so many other things just besides hockey that can happen there now, which I think will be the nicest thing for Kalamazoo in general.
I would agree with you well, it would be nice when you're at Western Michigan for your 4 years or however long you're there, is that there would be like legit concerts downtown where you could go for a night, you know?
Yeah.
Mm. And yeah, the K-Wings arena, it was funny when I played for the Broncos, our assistant coach, I guess, hadn't scratched his full itch. Chris Brooks, he was coaching us as an assistant coach and came back and played for the K-Wings at the same time. So we went and watched our coach play pro hockey for the K-Wings, and that was the main time I saw that arena. It's old school, nice old barn, but if you're trying to get better and be better, then man, I don't know how much are they paying these teams paying to get to the ice time to get the building space. Like I'm guessing the K-Wings as an East Coast team probably don't have that much money like a university does.
No,
Guess we don't need to get into all that, do we?
No, I know about the few contract things and the whole strike thing a little too
Oh,
well. I don't want to talk
oh
about that
yeah,
one.
the East Coast players were about to strike, but now haven't and made a deal.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I well, as a former East Coast player, I don't know what's going on nowadays. But I couldn't believe when I was an AHL player. So when I left Western Michigan, I signed an AHL deal, a one way. But then they sent me down to the East Coast. So in the East Coast, they give you an apartment, which was a shithole. Um, so I didn't have to pay for that, which I would have in the AHL. But I couldn't believe how little money the East Coast players were making. And like I was on my AHL deal and they'd call it show dough. But like there were guys that I'm like, how can you keep playing if this is what you make? Like you're pinching pennies to then go home and work all summer just to get to do this again. And I mean, what we were doing in the East Coast was as taxing on anybody as it was in the AHL. The bus trips were further. You played just as many games. There was just as many body checks and fights, but nobody was making like any money. So I can get it. I can get why they were trying to change things because if nobody changes it, it just keeps going, you know? Okay. You guys both aren't 21, but I'm still gonna ask this. Favorite bar or party you've ever been at Western Michigan? Favorite night?
I'd say for me it would be. I think it was a week after we won the Natty. Hockey house. They threw a big old party again. A bunch of people like could go open. I think
Yeah.
that was the best night because like we were able to go inside and get away from the people, but like it was still just as fun inside as it was outside. So it'd be basically like a frat party, but it was the hockey players throwing it. So it
Oh,
made it
I know.
a thousand times more fun because they know how to party.
I know all about those parties. I had just never won the national championship.
Hey,
We knew how to throw down. We just didn't know how to win on the ice.
that had to be like the best party that I've gone to in
That
like
sounds like it makes
years.
perfect sense. I can totally picture it. It would have been warm by then. It's
Yeah.
not a winter party. People are outdoors, they're indoors, and I, yeah, I can just picture it. So Aiden, what about you?
Yeah, I don't know. That one was pretty good because it was actually there was an even better one after the national championship, in my opinion. Um, we went to the bar on a
Oh, that
Monday.
one was good.
And since it was a Monday, they were letting in under 21s.
At that point,
So
I wasn't 21.
so I was I
I get
we
it.
were me like a whole bunch of people that were under 21 were able to get in for free. Wasn't necessarily drinking, but
Right, but
you
being
know,
a part of it.
all the hockey players were there. They were having a great time, and then we all like pushed and rallied towards the hockey house afterwards, and then that's where the bonfire photo is from.
Yeah.
Oh,
And it
that's
was
from that night.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it was that was a good night because again it was pretty warm out. You didn't have to put too many layers on, and the party just kind of kept on going from the bar back to the house.
Uh, yeah, I can't imagine how much fun everybody had after winning, but like I
That
was I
about a
say it
week.
takes everybody to win, but when you do win, everybody wins.
Yeah,
Um, I try to keep it as simple as possible when I'm coaching kids, but like it takes the parents, it takes the kids, um, it takes the coaches, but then when you do win, and like so for the last 2 seasons, my under 13 boys have won all Ontario and beat everybody and won our last game of the season, which is incredible. But then when you see what it means to the kid when you go on the ice and he's in tears of joy, but then you see the parents so proud of little Johnny and they're nearly in tears, and then you're like, whoa, I can't handle this. But everybody wins when the team wins.
Oh yeah.
definitely.
I remember winning in Germany and beating Heim, and I didn't know there was a parade. And I'm a Bronco, so you know, been having fun. And we won. And then there's this parade, and I didn't know it was happening. And I'd been downtown with the boys all day, and like the whole town came out. I never would have guessed in this tiny little town in Germany that it was such a big deal to win. And there were thousands and thousands of people at our parade. And it was so neat seeing the Broncos finally do it. Um, Man, it brings the whole school together, but even outside of that, like the whole community, right?
Yeah,
Mm.
for
So,
sure.
what are you guys changing this season? Anything? Or are you just staying with the normal lunatic stuff? Circle jerk, ugly goalie, right?
Oh,
Oh yeah.
basketball thing. Yeah.
So, the folks that don't know, if the other team's goalie takes their helmet off, you guys all chant ugly goalie, right?
Yes, of
Yes.
course. You know.
What if
We
he's
do.
a man? What if he's a man rocket? Do you still like if he's hot?
Oh, it
Yep.
doesn't
It's
matter.
still
Doesn't matter. Yeah, so
still
they don't have to take it
Yeah.
personal. You guys are just doing your thing, right?
we do like if the other team has a power play, we do like the like best one that comes to mind is CC sucks on the PP. And so we just do that.
Yeah,
Um
that's a good one.
CC sucks on the PP.
yeah,
Yep.
so Colorado College sucks on the power play. Or
Oh,
we've got
yeah, CC. I was trying to figure out what the CC was, but yeah, Colorado College. Gotcha.
Yeah.
and when Notre Dame played here at the beginning of January, we did Notre Dame sucks on the PP. Which they kind of did.
So
They
you
did
still
say,
think my kid should be in the student section when he comes?
yeah, I think you
I-
still can.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
he'll be old enough, like 14, 15. They've heard it
oh,
before.
that's plenty old
That's
enough.
old enough.
Oh yeah, no, I know. I agree.
PG-13, I think my brother says worse.
Yeah. So what else? Do you guys have any questions for me while I'm thinking right now? You guys should come up with something. It's been my job the whole time. Come on, come up with something.
Had an hour and a half drive to think of something. I just was focused on not going off the road.
Um, I got one done. Then I came up with something. One of your poster picks. The NCHC trophy was one of your poster picks.
Mhm.
That looked like it was at Lawson, where
Yeah.
Yes.
where I would have when we would run the hockey school in the summer and all the kids would come in and we would feed them lunch and take care of them and do all the stuff with them. That looked like the same spot.
So that was when that was a very first game of the last like true home series, like regular season series. So that's the Penrose Cup. It's not called it's still the Penrose Cup. Um, but we were playing North Dakota, biggest rival probably in the NCHC, honestly, because well, we learned that their fans are pretty rude to
Oh,
Broncos.
that can do
Um,
it. I was
Yeah.
gonna say, why are they the biggest rivals? It sure seems like Denver is because they're the other top team.
yeah, it's between
But
them.
people being rude can bring it out in you, right?
Yeah.
Definitely. It was really contradicting because some of the Nodak fans were some of the nicest
Yeah.
people we've met, and then the other end of the spectrum was some of the worst people I've probably ever met in just hockey in general.
Yeah.
So
And then you really want to beat them, and also
oh yeah,
also makes you
definitely.
want to come down to their level and say the same stuff. But then it's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta be better than them, especially when
yeah,
hockey's the only thing that they got going.
Mm-hmm. But that weekend, it was either if we won that game, we were gonna win it, or if we lost that game and we won Saturday, we would have won it. So it was really cool to win it on Friday, but then we did lose the next game.
but you'd still won the trophy.
But we
Yeah.
still won the big trophy that North Dakota like holds loud and proud. Denver holds loud and proud. It was nice to like have it come to somewhere else, especially Kalamazoo.
Right. And well, that's not winning the league or the national championship, but it takes winning something like that, I think, to start getting the confidence and getting the mojo going that we know we can do this. Because like I see it with my under 13 kids that I coached, and then my under 11 girls this year won their first two tournaments of the year. And then the only tournament we didn't win, we 0-0, 3-on-3 overtime for 5 minutes, then an 8-round shootout. It's still 0-0. And then we lost a heartbreaker. Under 11 girls can break your heart. Um, but
Yeah.
other than that, we've won both of our tournaments. And you see when they get what it takes, when you know how hard you have to try to actually win, and everybody needs to play good to win. If anybody's having off nights, you usually don't win. And it takes winning a trophy to get the ball rolling, you know?
Yeah, I think that was our only saving grace on being able to beat Denver in the double OT in St. Paul. I
Hmm.
think that having the knowledge that we won the Penrose at home and that there was quite a big group of lunatics there to push them through, and they like knew that we were there, that they were able to finish the double OT, especially the second OT, which was not very long, probably 5 minutes in.
Yeah. No, believing, right? Like when you're actually in those games and actually believing you can win. I felt like when I played there, we were going to Michigan State, Michigan. We thought it'd be really cool to win. We didn't actually believe we were going to, but we wanted to. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
actually believing you're gonna win is a whole different mindset going into a game than, man, it'd be really cool if we beat Michigan at home and then have a wicked party.
yeah,
But when you guys were talking about your favorite nights and it both came around winning, is I've talked to some of my freshmen from when I was a senior, and that was when we were having a tough go. I was doing good personally, which was weird because the team wasn't, and it was very hard on me. I didn't know how to deal with it because I wasn't I wasn't happy because we're losing, but like I'm putting up goals and assists, which mean fuck all in my opinion. But when I talked to my freshmen, their favorite night as a Bronco for quite a few of them was the Halloween party me and my roommates threw. And I'm like, well, that's an October party. We swept the weekend and it's Halloween and you have a great college party. But it wasn't about hockey. Like favorite nights weren't about winning. And like
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
what are the best nights, you know? So,
for sure.
okay. Let's see. Do I have anything else? Yes, I do. I played in the CCHA.
Hmm.
They're now in the NCHC, and
Yeah.
instead of playing Ferris, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and like the teams I used to always play against,
Hmm.
now University of North Dakota and Denver are like the biggest rivals. They're nowhere near Western Michigan.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that different than like going to Ferris State and like you play them, you're in the same league, and then same with Michigan, Michigan State? It's just a lot further travel, I would think.
It's definitely a lot harder to get to those places.
Hmm.
Um, the closest team in the NCHC currently is Miami, Ohio, and that's still 5 hours. So that's like us driving to St. Louis all over again. And like we'd have to stay, obviously, because once the game's done, you don't want to drive back at like 10 a.m. and then turn around and drive back.
No, so you're gonna
Like
stay there.
that'd be a whole nother road trip that we'd have to plan out just to go watch the Broncos. So like playing the quote unquote in-state rivals at the beginning, like towards the middle before the breaks. It's kind of nice to get like a feel of like being able to do those road trips with the Lunatics and get a feel of like the rivalry that was there before we like all parted ways besides Ferris State because they're still in the CCHA.
There's still a CCHA.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Bemidji State and Bowling Green and Minnesota State Mankato.
Tech.
I think Michigan Tech's there
Michigan Tech.
too. Northern
Northern
Michigan.
Michigan. Yeah.
Okay. Though, yeah, Northern Michigan, that was a hike to get up there to play them, and then they'd have that big ice surface. Ugh. But I like for the Lunatics and how much you guys enjoy it and want to be at the games, it would be nice if the closest teams played each other. But I get that there's a lot more to it than that. But I found it weird when Western Michigan switched to not playing those teams anymore. That's
Yeah.
all. Yeah, that's all. Okay. have you seen any Lawson Lunatics completely buckled at the games and throw up in the crowd? Because
Yes.
I would
Yeah.
remember playing a game and you're focused and you're into it, and then all of a sudden you'd see like a whole section clear out, and it was because somebody just threw up on everybody.
Yeah. I had it happen about 4 rows behind me. I was on the glass, 4 rows behind me. Thankfully, I didn't hear it or anything. Otherwise, I would have had to leave.
Yep.
But next thing I know, I turn around and that whole row is gone, and they're bringing a mop and all that stuff to clean it up. I was like, "Oh,
Ugh.
that's great."
Oh, yeah, no, I get it. I recall it and thinking, man, that must be really gross. Someone did that with all those people around.
Yeah.
So when you guys get there, I'm guessing you guys are leading by example and are one of the first people at the arena. When the doors do open and you're running around the arena to get your seats, where are they?
They might be changing.
Yeah.
With the president from last semester graduating, but the last semester and then the year prior when we won everything, we were right on the glass, right next to the visiting team's penalty box,
Yep.
and so that was a great time when
Yeah.
they got a penalty.
Right. You were right in their ear.
Oh yeah.
Of course.
I remember that stuff. My most embarrassing moment as a Bronco with the Lunatics was we were on the penalty kill and went out on one knee to block a slap shot, and it hit me right in the penis. Um, and I was wearing a jock, but
Yeah.
the way it hit, just the tip, just for a second,
Oh yeah.
um, I had to, like, right in front of the Lunatics, in front of all of them, I had to lay there and put my hand down into my pants and just like hold it, like squeeze it. Because I was like, oh my God, it's throbbing and I need to do something. And I was rolling around the ice and I'm like, holy fuck, this whole arena's watching this. Yeah. It was a tough night in front of the Lunatics that night? But the other night I really remember was when our goalie scored a goal, and it was against Ferris State. They had like Chris Kunitz and Derek Nesbitt and all Jeff Legui. These guys were really good, and they were ranked high in the nation. And then we won at home, and our goalie scored. It was 3-1. They shot it down, and he iced it into the net and scored. I've
Yeah.
never seen an arena go so wild. And then when when you win, everybody wins. It was like one of the best college parties ever after that game?
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's how it works, eh?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then if you lose, the coach says, nobody's going out tonight. If I hear of anybody going out tonight, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, we just worked all week, just battled each other, played these games, and now we're not even allowed to go out and have fun on the one night we're allowed to go out and have fun as a college student. You know?
Yeah.
It must be so different winning. Yeah. So, the only other, I would say they're legends now. When you win and, some of your big dogs do it, that Washi and Bump, um, they're like legends, eh? Like I saw that Bump, I saw this picture of him holding the trophy outside Lawson in front of this sea of students, and I'm like, my word, that guy is living.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He
Yeah.
he definitely had fun that week after for sure.
Oh yeah. And until he signed, he was having a great time.
Uh-huh. Then as soon as he signed that contract, it was go time.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That sounds like a Bronco.
Yeah. Same thing happened with Washi too. He got his few nights and then he signed.
And then he was in the NHL. Like I watched his debut in the NHL. I was curious after watching the Broncos go
Yeah.
and see it. Then he goes to Anaheim right away, and I was like, well, I'd like to see a Bronco play in the NHL. And I was just watching play for the Broncos. But if you win the national championship, you are allowed to have fun. And I'm pretty sure the NHL team knew he was having fun too.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
I think he signed the contract on Monday, so he got his 2 days of fun, and then he signed, and then we had the like whole like school celebration and everything where they all talked, and he was nowhere to be found, and then next thing you know, we're getting the notifications that he's making his debut. So
Isn't it weird how fast it can happen? Like I still remember being in that Hawthorne, I don't know, the business school. And then like I was sitting in class. I think I'm a sophomore. And I was doing all right, but then I'm looking at my old phone, not a smartphone, and it's like the Mighty Ducks of Anaheim. And I was like, teacher, I gotta go. And then I went outside and like talked to the Mighty Ducks, like outside class. And then like I was like, what the hell is happening? And then like when it was just happening for me as a senior and I was talking to these teams, um, it was it was really weird because of my Bronco brothers and knowing it was coming to an end and not getting to end it the way I wanted to. I left to go play hockey when I knew what they were up to and they were ending it together and right. I'm guessing Washi would have been stoked to go to the NHL straight away, but he also would have been missing his boys.
oh yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It was definitely weird because we had all known that Washi was had basically signed by the time he had signed because
Yeah.
he was gone. Like he
Yeah.
was not anymore.
Mhm.
But we were very curious because Bump was still there. So we were wondering if he was gonna stick around for an extra year because he was only a sophomore when he left.
Yeah.
So he had his junior and senior year left to go, but
Yeah, well, those are the decisions. Like I went through it. Well, I was close to going through it. I had offers and stuff happening, and then it was a lockout after my junior year. So I had like a 50-point year. And then I was getting the stuff going, and then my I finally get an agent. He's like, "Yeah, it's a lockout. Nothing's happening now." And I'm like, "Okay, so I'm going back." Um, mate, thinking about those things and going through it when, those are your best friends, this is what you're doing. It's got to be very difficult deciding what to do because I know it was for me. But then when I saw the picture of when he was signing the contract, he was in the locker room with the entire hockey team there supporting him. I'm like,
yeah,
that makes it easier to go.
Oh
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Um, okay. Do you have anything else for me before we shut it down? It was really nice getting to know you guys, and Broncos
Yeah,
haven't changed. Um, the other summer there, I was helping Ryan O'Reilly on the ice and moving pucks around for him and stuff in the summer when he has nobody around to help. And he had a bunch of his buddies, like five or six of them, all pro hockey guys there the one day, and I'm helping them out. And we get in the room and everybody starts talking hockey after. And the one guy like asked me, I'm like, well, I played at Western Michigan. He was like, oh, you're a Bronco? He's like, man, I know Broncos. They know how to do it. They know how to hockey. And I was like, oh my God, that means the world, man. We have a reputation and we know how to muck it up and have fun. But now it's also that we win, you know?
Yeah.
It's a great reputation to have.
For
And
sure.
the Lunatics are a huge part of it. I know it from when I played. We'd basically win the home games and lose the road games because
Yeah.
everybody wanted to win for you guys. And what you guys are doing and the effort you put in, it does matter and it does help the team win, just so you guys know. So keep it up, eh?
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay. Well, then, this has been another episode of Two L's and Hockey Tales with the reigning national champion Lawson Lunatics with Aiden, McKenna, and Wally.